Okay, let's talk about saving projects in general, but specifically for this tech class, because some of the things I'm going to talk about are really specific to what we do in this class. But essentially, there's three different save options, just in general, not just in Photoshop, but in most projects. Really two, and then Photoshop has a different one. I'm going to go to the File menu for just a moment. So File, there's three basic ones right here. Save, which I want you to notice is grayed out, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Save As, which is another one you should be familiar with. But then Photoshop, for what we do in class, this Save a Copy becomes important to us in this Photoshop, in this technology class when we do Photoshop. But most programs are going to behave the same way with Save and Save As. But before I get started, let me just go ahead. I'm going to start a new project. And just like I've done before, I'm going to go in and give it it really doesn't matter. I'm just going to go ahead and start one here. I'm just going to leave it like this. But pixels, pixels, pixels. Okay, I've got the name for it. So let's call this saving tutorial. That's not spelled right. Saving tutorial. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to click create. I'm not even going to do anything with this particular project right now, except I'm going to go to the File menu and notice that Save is grayed out because I haven't done anything with it yet, but I still have the other two choices there. So if I come in now with Paintbrush, okay, and now notice File Save is active. I'm going to go ahead and click this. So in this class, when you have created the projects the way you've created them, the first time you go to save it, you're going to click Save, and you're going to save it to the cloud. If it looks like this, saving to the computer, we don't want that. You're going to save it to the cloud. I'm just going to click cancel real quick and do this again. So File Save, save it to the cloud. Notice it has the name I already did, saving tutorial, and click Save. Okay, so now as I continue working in it, from this point, if I hit Save again, nothing's going to pop up because what's happening is after I've made the first choice of basically saying this is the name of the file and this is where I'm saving it, which was to the cloud, it's just going to keep saving it to the cloud. So as you're working in Photoshop, I'm going to get rid of this project because I don't need it anymore. So I'm working in Photoshop, I'm moving stuff around, I'm resizing it, whatever it is that I'm doing, I'm changing the order of the layers. Okay, so this project is saved in the same way as the one I just closed. I have saved it to the cloud already, so I just click Save. There's also a keyboard shortcut Control S. So as I'm working and changing stuff and adding stuff, and I'm still, I'm not done with the project, I just keep hitting Save, 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 Save. And after the first time I tell Photoshop to save it to the cloud, it'll just keep saving it to the cloud again and again and again. It's not making more copies of it. It's just overwriting the one that was previously there. So the second thing that you might do, so let's say I've done a project here and I like it, but I'm about to add something to the project and I don't want to ruin the one that I have. I don't want to lose this. So what I want to do then, that's where I would do Save As. You really won't use this one that much in this class. But Save As, what I'm doing now is I can make another copy of it. I'm going to call this copy 2. I realized that I had two capital letters there, but I don't care. Moving on. So this is now copy 2. And now I can add stuff to this, and the one that left off here I still have. So I'm actually going to close this. And notice now, I have project 1 Pasifumi right here. I'm going to open that. I'm going to go open again. And then copy 2 right here. So these two projects, let me delete the snowman so we can see the difference between them. And I'm going to save it. I'm going to do Control S, that's keyboard shortcut. Okay, so here's copy 1, or here's the original, and then here's copy 2. So I had the copy of copy 1. You really aren't going to do that very much unless you are you finished a project. You don't want to ruin what you have by you're going to try something new with it. But that's one that you're going to use kind of rarely. Okay, mostly you're just going to save it to the cloud originally and just keep hitting save, 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 save. But now you're done. Okay, I'm going to close this other tab here. So now you're ready to turn something in this class. That's where you're going to use this Save a Copy from Photoshop. This is a little awkward, and I don't really understand why Photoshop does it this way, but this is how we have to do it. So when you are ready now to turn this in, you're not going to save it to the cloud. You're going to create a new copy and save it to the desktop, to your computer. That's the only way to get it into Google Classroom to be graded. So you're going to click this Save a Copy. You are not going to save this to the cloud. You're going to click on your computer. And then here's what's important. you are going to choose one of two formats, either JPEG or PNG. For the most part, you can choose JPEGs. That's fine. You would choose PNG if you wanted some transparent. I don't really want to talk about it, actually. Just do JPEG. Okay, so you're going to make sure that you switch that file type to JPEG. And then, it's going to give you the name of the project and add the word copy to the end of it. That's fine. You can get rid of it if you want to. But this is now making a separate copy on your computer. So you would now have a copy in the cloud and a copy on your computer, and then the one on your computer is the one you will upload into Google Classroom. If you were to then open the one from the cloud, and I'm doing that right now, and make changes to this one. So, I take the girl and I make her much bigger. Okay, that is not going to be reflected on the one that you saved to the computer. Okay, you would have to resave it if you wanted some changes with that. Okay, it's a little convoluted, I know, but it's just the way that we have to do it in class. I will also always have, either on the web page of instructions or in every Google Classroom assignment, a video showing you how to make sure you save it correctly to both the computer and then upload it correctly to Google Classroom. But you really want to be in the habit of saving often. You do not want to work for a half hour and not save, because if your computer locks up, you've lost a half hour of work. So you can constantly just be hitting File Save or Control S, which is the keyboard shortcut for it. All right, very good.